This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network. And joining me right now is Kerry Knoll. He's the executive chairman of Generation Mining. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you: GENM on the TSX and GENMF on the OTCQB. You can actually see Kerry and his team give an investor presentation at the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek, a hybrid event this year, happening September 8th through the 11th. So this is actually our first time doing an interview together. So I'd love to start off with a quick overview and history of the company. So with that, the floor is yours.
Okay, so company was formed in 2018. It was a spinoff from a company that we sold to Osisko Metals called Pine Point. And that transaction took place in early 2018. At that point, we looking for, what's the next best commodity out there, and we looked at all the different ones: cobalt and vanadium and lithium and a bunch of others, and settled on palladium. And then we started looking for a palladium project. And early 2019, we identified the target project, largest undeveloped palladium project in North America, one of the largest in the world, located in Northwestern Ontario. And it was owned by a South African company, and we managed to purchase that for $6 million. Closed in July 2019. So we've had it just over 2 years.
So what would you say makes this palladium project unique and different compared to some of your peers out there?
So a number of things. One is, of course, the location. We're in what's known as a safe jurisdiction in Canada. We're in a province that has a very, very pro-mining government, and even federally, the government has really turned around and become pro-mining. So the jurisdiction is great. The local communities and First Nations are also pro-mining. They get a lot of their revenue from the mining industry, and the local town, we're just outside of the town of Marathon. It is a mining town, so the people are pro-mining. So that's one check mark. Probably the best one is that it's the only significantly sized open pit palladium project under development in the world, at least at the feasibility stage. And as a result, once we start digging, we can be into production in well under 2 years. The deep underground ones that are under development around the world, and there's a few of them, they're talking about 5, 6, 7 years to full production. And not only is it only less than 2 years to production, we're also less than 2 years to payback after it starts, because of the very high grade material we're going to be mining in the first couple of years.
And you alluded to your background a little bit and say, when you say you spun out Generation Mining, but what's your full background prior to the spin out?
So I've spent my career developing mines. I actually started off writing about mining at a newspaper called the Northern Miner, and in 1987 I started my first mining company called Glencairn Gold. Started in 1991, Wheaton River, which you may have heard of Wheaton Precious Metals. That was a spin-off from Wheaton River. By the year 2007, my business partner and I had 2 companies and about 2,000 employees and 5 operating mines in 4 different countries. So we were very, very active, very busy, we've started companies from scratch. Several of them, 6 of them that we started were all taken over at one time. And this is the 7th company I've started. So of the 6 companies that I started, 4 of them made it into production, and the other 2 made it to the feasibility stage before being acquired.
Nice.
Yeah.
What else is there to say? Nice. Kerry, so with that, from what you can tell us, what would you say then are some of the company's value catalysts now for the rest of 2021 going into 2022?
The interesting thing about our project is, even though we're mainly palladium, we have a very, very significant copper component. We have a decent platinum component, and we have a significant amount of gold and silver. Having those 5 metals gives us huge flexibility in financing this project. There's no royalties on the main deposit that we're going to be putting into production. So we are looking at royalty companies and streaming companies to fund a significant amount of the CapEx we need. We finished a feasibility study in March of this year, and the estimate is in US dollars, $520 million to build the mine. And we have been proposed upwards of $150 to $175 million for streaming just a couple of our metals. So we're looking at that, and together with debt, we can fund most of the CapEx ourselves.
Well, Kerry, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on generation mining?
Well, you can certainly come to our website. We're at genmining.com. The other places to go, there's a number of videos on there. If you want to register onto our website, we hold regular town hall meetings with, say, for example, our engineers, our exploration people, our financial people, kind of updating and allowing our shareholders and other interested parties to ask questions online. We do that quite regularly. We want to keep up communication with our interested parties. So, and then, of course, those of you attending Beaver Creek, I think we've got a couple of time slots. The dance card's pretty full, but we've got a couple of time slots left.
I like that, the dance card. Very good. Kerry, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update.
Thanks a lot. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Again, my name is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek hybrid event this year, September 8th through the 11th. Kerry will be there doing an investor presentation, and thank you all for watching.